Okay, so we're in Blender here. We've made our object, and now we're going to go ahead and export it. So we go File, Export, and export as an OBJ, and I'm going to call this export to, and export that. And then we go ahead and we open it. Okay, so then we want to open it here. So open with documents. That's for mine is anyway. And then we just open it there. And then it will load in. So if we zoom up into that, we can see it there. Options, you can click, move it around, and show the axis. Important there. And then turn it off so it's back to its normal shape. Okay, once we've done that, we want to then go ahead and export that. You can export it as an FXML, and you can load it into scenebuilder. If you want to do it that way, it's just drag and drop that when you're done. But we're just going to keep it here. Export. And save that again. Okay, we can go ahead now and take our export.java file, so copy, Control-C, and over here, Control-V, just paste it in. And IntelliJ will do all the hard work for you. Okay, now we're going to make a few little changes to the program. So first of all, we can get rid of this line here. We want to change all these methods instead of making them static, and we're just going to leave them as is, because if you want to add a few different objects, it'll just take from the same one and it'll just be a bit of a mess for you. So make this one here public, and we don't actually need this. And do we need this? No. And no, so we need the triangle mesh, and then we need to create a mesh view. So we want to go in and here, and we go public mesh view. Let's call it MV equal to new mesh view. Okay, simple as that. And then once we've done that, we go ahead and then everywhere we have got this here, we're going to change that with this mesh view here. So MV. So I'm going to copy that, paste that. You can see that it's giving me an error there, and that's because it's referencing from static. And we'll sort that out. We're going to get rid of all our statics in here as well. So. And we don't need this line either, because we're no longer using this. Once we've that done, we also don't need this here. That can be taken out. Oops. No issue. That can be taken out too. And then the last thing I'll do is actually get that as well. And then that's that one done there. So once we've finished with that, we want to move on to our FXML. Okay, so what we want to do here is just right click and then open the scene builder. Or you can just open it outside, it doesn't really matter what way you do it. And first thing I want to do is just throw in an anchor pane in here. I want to go ahead and give it an ID of ANC, keep it nice and simple. We're going to want to assign a controller to that as well. Controller will be controller because we've already got that in there. There it is there actually, so that's that, and then we can go ahead and save that. One last thing actually is we'll change the background so it's a different colour, because our shape is just white as it is, so background colour, just go blue. Or you can put whatever nice colour you'd like into that, and then save that. And when you're done with that, we can go into view and show this. So I copy that there. Control-C, close out those two, and now we can go in here. Control-A. This is on our controller, yeah. So click Control-V, and that's your controller put in, and then we're ready to put in our actual code for our program. So the first thing we're going to need is our actual scene. So private scene, and enter, put in our our required things. And also for this, we're going to be using groups to group all our. Let's say if you had a few different shapes and you want to put them all together and then rotate them all as one big object, it'd be like that. So group G equals new. Oh, we don't actually have to set it. We'll just leave it like that for now. And should we have to import class. Now we want to go and implement. So implements I can't even pronounce it, but it's that initializable, and then implement the methods of that. So go and click OK, and this is as soon as the screen loads up, this is what it's going to do. So the first thing we want to do is get our export. So export E is equal to new export, just to get one of the objects. Now these are very small, so they are, so we're going to have to scale them up. But first we need an actual mesh view. MV is equal to our E dot, what do we call it? We called it MV. Yep. Now let's go ahead and scale that. So to scale that, we go MV dot set scale X. And we're going to set the scale, we'll just say 50 because it's actually really small, so it is. So MV dot set scale Y 50, make it all the same. So it's the same as our model that we made in Blender, and it makes it a lot more simple. And set scale on the Z to 50 as well. So once we've done our scale, let's go ahead and rotate it. Now to rotate it, you're actually better off doing it before you scale it. That's just my personal preference, so, and I can actually mess it up as well. So I'm going to get the transforms dot add. This is, you can do this with any node at all. It doesn't have to be a mesh. So you can do it with like your anchor paint or that kind of things. 90, and we want to take rotate dot x-axis. And we'll go ahead and just copy that real quick. So x-axis, y-axis, and the z-axis as well. So that's our rotate done. So let's go ahead now and add that to the groups. So G is equal to new, so we'll declare a new group, and put in our mesh. And once we've done that, let's go ahead and just add it to our actual page. So we've called it our anchor pane ANC. So ANC.getChildren. It's all the children dot add. We want to add 1, so just add G. So let's run that. Okay, so we're left with a blue screen here, and our object actually hasn't been added in. It could be up the top right. I'm going to show you a program that kind of helps with this. So I've already added in here, but if you go into File, go to Structure, to Modules, and you want to get a Scenic View. So if you want to add that, you just go in there, add JavaFX directories, and then you go and find wherever you've downloaded. I'll have all the links in the description below. So once you've done that, you want to come into your application here. It should look the same as this once you set up the default one. If not, we can go ahead and copy that down. So it's Scenic Viewer dot show, and then we want to show the scene. So we have it there, and if you don't have scene set up, then you just set it to a new scene there, and then we can go ahead and run that again. And Scenic Viewer has this 3D viewer in it. It's pretty cool, so it is. So, and we go in here, put the tree down, and we can see this is our main screen here, and this is our object up there. So I've come back out of that. So what we wanted to change was in our controller, we want to go ahead and move it down. Now we're going to just move it using the group. So G dot get transforms dot add new translate. So we can translate. You can translate in 2D and you can translate in 3D. So for this one here, we're just moving it 500, 500. I've set up my scene for 1600 by 900. That's full screen on some computers. Mine's full HD, so it doesn't take up the full width. Now, if we go ahead and run that again, you should see that our object is there. I'm still using my 3 DOM, and you can see it there in the 3 DOM. So that's it there, and that's my scene behind it. So we close out that, and that's our object added. So back here, we want to be able to do things like move it around and that. That's why we added our scene up here. So another thing we want to do is actually get a handle to our scene. So public void set scene. And we can also do this in, if you right click and click generate and go to setter scene. Okay, that does it all straight away for you. And once we've set our scene, after that we want to go ahead and set our, let's make keyboard presses to move it around. So set, let's call it set. Why not? Create a method called set, and in this we want to use scene dot set on keyboard, on key type, let's say, and we're going to go new event handler, and then for each one of these different movements you want to do, so let's say if, let's change that event to KE, makes more sense to me. So key dot get code dot equals, let's say key code, let's use the numpad. So let's use numpad. Okay. So we've added that one in. So then we want to go ahead and use one to rotate it. Let's say g dot transform dot add transform new rotate, and let's rotate this on 30 degrees. Let's say on the x-axis. I'm going to go ahead and add in the rest of them so it's a lot quicker. You won't have to watch me type in slow type or so. So I've added them all in. So we've got rotations for all the axes and then moving on the x and y axis. So okay, now we want to actually go back into our main.java class, and we want to actually go ahead and add in the controller. So to do that, you go controller c equals f XML loader dot get controller, and then we want to go down here and say c dot set scene to scene, and then we're done. We'll just comment this out so we don't have this in the way anymore. Okay, so there's a quick change you're going to have to make. So instead of on key type, put in on key pressed here, and once you've done that, go ahead and run the program. So run the program. So you can rotate it around, rotate it that way. What's happened there is hitting off the planes, so rotate it back. That's all the cool stuff. So in, out, up, down, left, right, shake it away, that's all the bounds. So it moves in whatever direction. So that's the basic application. I'm probably going to put up there'll be a link for the source code, probably GitHub, let's say, and I'll put up the links for all the downloads that you're going to need for this program. So thanks for watching and good luck.